athletes, okay? So I think that's something to think about when it comes to all the back and forth between LeBron and Caitlyn Clark. Also, looks like there's going to be a change, and some might call it a big change.
What's happening right now isn't just a minor shuffle. It's a full-on shift in the landscape. Just look at that reaction shot. It tells you everything you need to know. You've got several elite players who proudly rock the same number. Yet somehow it's Caitlyn Clark who's expected to step away from her signature 22. Just pause and really imagine that. We're talking about a number that has practically become a landmark in women's basketball over the last 2 seasons. This isn't some random set of digits stitched onto a uniform. This is the number Iowa fans literally inked onto their skin. The number that obliterated every merchandise record the WNBA has ever seen. And now, in a move that has the entire sports world buzzing, she's being told to leave it behind for the upcoming Team USA training camp taking place in Durham, North Carolina, starting in December.
Hey, the Indiana Fever superstar Caitlyn Clark's 22 is the most recognizable number in women's sports right now. I don't think there's even I don't think it's arguable at all. I just think when you think of far and away women's sports, jersey numbers, to be real, I mean, I think Sophie 8, I guess, maybe? But other than that, I have no idea. It's just Caitlyn Clark at 22.
But here's where the story really twists and reality hits hard. A'ja Wilson, an absolute force and one of the most dominant players of this era, also wears number 22 for the Las Vegas Aces. She's a 2-time MVP, a generational superstar in her own right. Then you've got Cameron Brink, who proudly wore 22 for the Sparks before that heartbreaking season-ending injury. And of course, the legendary Sheryl Swoopes, who turned 22 into a Hall of Fame staple long before any of this modern drama even existed. But let me break down why this entire situation has people glued to their screens. The truth is, outside of hardcore basketball devotees, almost nobody realized those other players repped 22 until Caitlyn Clark transformed that number into the most recognizable jersey in all of women's sports. And that's not hype. That's backed by actual numbers from the merch boom and the unprecedented wave of social media traction she's generated over the last 18 months. And listen, before we go deeper into this mess, do me a quick favor. If you're rocking with Court Queens, hit that subscribe, drop a comment, and smash that like button so we can keep exposing the stories nobody else wants to unpack.
There's no arguments with that. I mean, come on. But she certainly has become synonymous with 22, dating back to her historic college career at the University of Iowa and through her WNBA career. Clark isn't the only WNBA star to don the number. Aces forward and 2-time reigning WNBA MVP A'ja Wilson is also well known for wearing number 22, as does Sparks center Cameron Brink. Sheryl Swoopes is also known for wearing that number during her iconic...
Let me spell this out clearly because this detail matters more than people realize. Before this entire debate erupted, nobody was casually telling you what number A'ja Wilson wore. Fans weren't lining up to grab Cameron Brink jerseys specifically because of the digits on the back. And Sheryl Swoopes? She stepped away from the game well over a decade ago. We're talking 14 years past her retirement. So right now, in this exact moment, the cultural power and instant recognition tied to the number 22 in women's basketball belongs to one athlete and one athlete only. Yet Team USA is still making her give it up. So what did they do instead? They handed her number 17. And here's the twist barely anyone is acknowledging. Not a single player on the entire Team USA roster is wearing 22. They didn't hand it to the veteran A'ja Wilson. They didn't slide it to anyone else on the camp list. They just removed it entirely, wiped it from the board.
They're accustomed to on their professional teams. Caitlyn Clark is going to wear number 17 at Team USA training camp. I'm going to tell you this, and I can't believe I'm going to use the word if. When she makes the roster as what should be the starting point guard for Team USA, That Team USA number 7, woo-wee, they're going to be gone in.
And this right here is the exact moment when the whole situation shifts from a simple jersey shuffle to something far more unusual. Look, Team USA does have a long-standing rule against duplicate numbers, which makes total sense for clarity on the court. But when several stars rock the same number in their pro careers, someone is always going to have to adjust. There's no way around it. Paige Buchers is switching hers. Angel Reese is rolling with 25 instead of her usual 10. Aaliyah Boston is moving over to 30 for the camp. But here's the part you cannot ignore. Only one number got completely erased from the lineup. Only one number is now sitting alone, untouched, unavailable. And that number is 22. That single choice tells you everything about how carefully USA basketball is tiptoeing through the complicated politics surrounding Caitlyn Clark's unprecedented rise. And real quick, if you're loving how we break down the layers the mainstream won't touch, make sure you're subscribed, hit that like button, and drop your take in the comments so Court Queens keeps dominating your For You page.
Just let me see if there's a load in and come up. I don't know how big it's going to be. Number. Okay, number. Right there. Number 17. So who is actually getting 22? Is anybody getting 22? Nobody.
So now look at the optics, because this is political maneuvering at its highest level. If they hand number 22 to A'ja Wilson, the certified superstar, the two-time MVP, the leader many veterans look to, it immediately signals a pecking order. It would read like a clear declaration that Wilson's resume earns her the authority to keep her number, while the rookie is expected to adjust and fall in line. And honestly, that would have been the most predictable, least explosive route they could have taken. But flip it around. If they give 22 to Caitlyn Clark, the very player who turned that number into a modern sports symbol, it suddenly looks like they're anointing her as the face of Team USA before she has even officially secured her spot. That kind of move would have sparked an absolute firestorm among veteran players who already feel like Clark gets boosted by the media and the league in ways they never did. So what does USA basketball do? They go with the third option, the neutral ground, the diplomatic escape hatch. They just leave the number blank. Nobody gets it. Everyone else shifts. It's the cleanest don't blame us solution to a political minefield. And that single choice tells you exactly how cautious, how strategic, and frankly how nervous they are about navigating the Caitlyn Clark effect. Because here's the truth. They can't afford to frustrate the established stars who have carried USA basketball for years. But they also absolutely can't disregard the reality that Clark is the reason millions of casual fans will tune in for these games in the first place. That's the balance they're trying to maintain. Protect the veterans who built the foundation, yet also recognize the new wave of attention that Clark has single-handedly brought to the sport. And that tension is shaping every decision they make right now, including something as small, but symbolically massive, as the number on a jersey.
Seeing Clark in 17. Man, somebody might have saw that as a marketing opportunity, to be quite honest. So, LeBron James dropped a video out there on his Instaface, his Instagram, I'm kidding. And they put this video out right here, or these pictures out. And Caitlyn Clark responded to these. And there you see the response on Instagram itself. Let me just bring this up because somebody grabbed it. Right there, she responded.
Now, here's where the marketing side of this story really explodes. That new Team USA jersey, number 17 with Caitlyn Clark's name on the back, is about to fly off shelves in record time. And I mean hours, not days. Why? Because her fan base isn't buying the digits, they're buying the athlete. Clark is the brand, the phenomenon, the reason fans can't look away. Just look at the evidence. Back in July 2024, when she made the All-Star team, her jersey sales eclipsed every other player combined. And she didn't even play due to a groin injury. Her Iowa 22 jersey set the all-time record for women's college basketball. Her Fever 22 jersey shattered WNBA merchandise benchmarks in her very first month. Now, number 17 is poised to become nearly as iconic, simply because Clark is wearing it. And there's a whole other layer happening here. LeBron James shared a montage on Instagram, captioned Year 23, and Clark replied with a single word, King. Kevin Durant did the same, but Clark's response carries a different weight because of the deep support LeBron has given her all season. When opponents physically targeted her back in May and June, LeBron spoke up. When critics questioned whether she deserved her popularity, he defended her publicly. And during the Olympic roster controversy in June 2024, when she was snubbed from the Paris team, LeBron was one of the few NBA stars to openly say she should have been on that squad. Here's why that matters. Both are top Nike athletes. LeBron's shoe deal is legendary, and Caitlyn signed an 8-year, $28 million deal, the richest in women's basketball history. When LeBron promotes Clark, he's not just supporting a fellow athlete. He's protecting a massive investment and helping secure the next generation of basketball fans for Nike. And beyond business, there's a symbolic passing of the torch moment here. LeBron is 40, dealing with injuries, likely wrapping up his career, and he publicly acknowledges Clark as the next face of basketball. The ripple effect extends further. NBA players are showing respect. Steph Curry applauded her range. Damian Lillard compared her deep shooting to his own. Draymond Green defended her. Jason Tatum called her must-watch TV. But a notable portion of WNBA veterans remained silent, even resentful. Comments questioning her impact, passive-aggressive posts, even debates over Rookie of the Year honors, despite one of the most historic seasons in league history, reveal a tension nobody wants to admit. Think back to the All-Star game in July. Clark couldn't even play due to injury, yet her jersey outsold everyone else's. Fans wore her number. Broadcasters mentioned her constantly. And still, some veterans felt overshadowed. A spotlight she never asked for, yet naturally drew. Now, she's heading into Team USA camp wearing number 17. She's competing for a roster spot on the same team that left her off the Paris Olympics roster just 6 months ago. She'll face A'ja Wilson, Angel Reese, and other stars, all adjusting to new numbers while the symbolic number 22 remains vacant. A visual reminder of the politics at play. Skill-wise, there's no question. Caitlyn Clark has the vision, the range, and the ability to control the court at the highest level. But will she get the starting role? Or will politics and veteran preferences dictate her minutes? That's the drama we're about to witness firsthand. One thing is crystal clear. Her fans don't care what number she wears. They'll buy 17, watch the games, and cheer relentlessly. But the symbolism matters for the league itself. For decades, women's basketball has struggled to capture mainstream attention. Clark offers a once-in-a-generation opportunity, and instead of rallying around her, some still resist, still question whether she earned this spotlight. LeBron sees her value. Nike sees it. NBA players see it. Casual fans around the globe see it. The only question left: will the WNBA fully embrace this moment before they risk letting it slip away? Generational talents are rare. When they arrive, you build around them. You celebrate them. You don't erase their iconic number. So yes, she'll wear 17 at Team USA camp. She'll likely make it legendary. And when those jerseys fly off the shelves in record time, maybe, just maybe, the league will finally understand how transformative this is. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think Caitlyn Clark should have kept number 22? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of the Court Queen's coverage of this unfolding drama.